Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate the purpose of method overriding in Java. So, let's get started. In the earlier sessions of this course, I explained what is method overriding, but have not explained about the purpose of method overriding. So in this session, I am going to explain what is the use of method overriding, why it is needed in programming. I am going to cover. So, if the child classes, okay, when this method overriding is really required in programming, I'm going to explain, guys. If the child classes want their own implementation for the methods inherited from the parent class, we go with method overriding. Okay, when do we go for method overriding? When we need to use method overriding in Java programming, when the child classes want to have their own implementation for the parent class methods, then we opt this method overriding. Okay, so let me explain this in a practical way so that you'll understand this easily. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse ID. Here I'm going to create a new package. I'll just name this package as package. I can give some random name here. Oh, finish. Inside this, I'm going to create a new class. I'll just name this class as, let's say, class X. You can give any name. With main method I'll create. So the purpose I created this class with main method is only for running the code, guys. Okay, ignore this part for a while. Okay, focus on what I'm going to write from now onwards. Okay, from here you try to focus. I'm going to create a class, guys. Let's say the name of the class is animal class, and here I'm going to create some other classes, like another class is dog class. The other class I'm going to create here is the cat class. Cat class. Okay, here we have the animal class, dog class, cat class. Now I want to make the dog class a child class of the animal class. That is extends animal. Okay, extends animal. Extends animal. Okay, cat extends animal, dog extends animal, and animal is the parent class of the dog class. Animal is the parent of the cat class. Fine. Now I'm going to create a method in the parent class. Let's say public void make sound method. Okay, make sound method I'm creating in the parent class. Animal is the parent class of this dog and cat. In the parent class, I'm creating a method known as make sound. Here I'll write system.out.println. Animal is making sound. When this particular method in the parent class is called, I'm just printing animal is making sound. But what happened is, now dog class also want this same make sound method. Anyhow, it will be inherited, right? This make sound method will be inherited into the dog class because dog is a child class of the animal class. Okay. So if I create an object here, okay, let's say if I create an object here like dog d is equal to, okay, dog d is equal to new dog, and if I use this d as an object reference, if I use this d as an object reference, d dot make sound, what will be printed? What will be printed, guys? If I try to create an object for the dog class and using the object reference of the dog class, if I say make sound, what will happen? You see, inside the dog class, you don't see any make sound method, but make sound method will be inherited from the parent class into the child class. If I use this object reference to call this make sound, if I run this code, what will happen? Animal is making sound will be printed. Just see here, animal is making sound will be printed. That's great. Now, similarly, if I create an object for the cat class, cat c is equal to new cat like this, and using the object reference of the cat class, if I call this method make sound, what will happen? If I run this code, in both the cases, d dot make sound, c dot make sound, same animal is making sound. Now, can you understand whether the dog has made the sound or cat has made the sound? Can you understand from this output? You see, when I use object reference of the dog class and call the make sound method, here though the dog class and cat class doesn't directly have this make sound, but it will be inherited from the parent class, and because of which you see animal is making sound, animal is making sound. By looking at the output, I won't get to know that whether dog is making the sound or cat is making the sound. Okay. So what if the child classes thinks that they want to have their own implementation for make sound? Okay, they want their own implementation for the make sound. Public void make sound. Okay, make sound. If I try to override this particular method in the parent class in the child class, at the rate override, at the rate override, here also public void make sound. Here also I'm trying to create an overridden method at the rate override, at the rate override. Okay, now here I'll write a print statement, system.out.println dog is barking, or dog barks. Okay, dog barking. Okay, system.out.println. Here I'll write. You see, this makeSound method has its own implementation in the dog class. The makeSound, same makeSound method which is there in the animal class when overridden in the child class, that is cat class. I'm writing its own implementation with the help of these print statements by printing different thing. You can understand, right? You see, these methods are having their own implementation. They are not simply printing animal is making sound. They should not print animal is making sound. Rather, we are changing the implementation. Different code we are writing. Cat meowing, okay, whatever it is, okay, cat meowing or dog barking, like that you can write here. So now if I run this code, okay, if I create the object for the dog class and if I call this make sound method, if I create an object for the cat class, if I call this make sound method, what will happen here? This time when I run the code, it will not print animal is making sound, animal is making sound. Instead it will print dog barking, cat meowing. Okay. So like this, you will get the output, guys. This is what is the power of method overriding. This is what is the purpose of using or implementing method overriding in Java programming. When the child classes in Java programming want to have their own implementations for the methods which are there in the parent classes, then the child classes will override that methods. Okay, we'll create a duplicate copy of that methods in the parent class so that they can have their own implementation, and this is what is the purpose of method overriding in Java. So hope guys you understood what exactly is the purpose of using method overriding in Java programming in this session. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.